In all of my travels through the world of technology, I have met many people who believe that software has gone badly astray, and that we need to take desperate actions to put things right. My friend Curtis is one such person. He believes that all of our efforts to produce open, flexible, reusable software have utterly failed. Instead of producing a body of software that is getting better and better, we have been creating programs that are brittle, incomprehensible, nearly impossible to understand. Our efforts to solve this problem with open standards and free flow of information have been misguided, according to him. If he had his way, we would appoint a software czar, an authoritarian dictator who will bring some order to the field. At base, I suspect that Curtis would like to be that software czar. He has a certain love of telling people what to do. I also suspect that he would like me to help him get that position, which exaggerates my influence and power. While I acknowledge some of the faults that he sees in software, I would argue that we need to be more subtle in developing our leadership of software projects. We need to temper authoritarian leadership with insights of individual programmers. Hi, this is David Allen Greer for Errant Hashtag. In today's episode, we're looking at the balance between authoritarian control and utter chaos in software development. The episode is entitled Software Czar. We need to balance these two elements, strong central control and individual initiative, because neither software nor software teams are flat. We start designing software by drawing boxes on a whiteboard, boxes that represent the different system modules. Then we use that same set of boxes to divide our programming staffs into groups that are responsible for each of those boxes. Each of these groups is responsible only for its own code. No group can concentrate on its own assignment if the members of that group have to know in detail every element of every other module. Yet, the quality of the system will ultimately be determined by how well those groups and the modules that they create work together. The pioneering computer scientist David Parnasse once famously observed that the connections between software modules were more than mere technical specifications. They were assumptions, he said. Assumptions which the modules make about each other, or more accurately, assumptions that programming groups make about the work that other programming groups are doing. Now, the free sharing of information can be of great benefit to a project, but it can also give people ideas. And through those ideas, it can allow people to impose their assumptions upon the project as a whole. Through seeing what's available, a programmer can make an unauthorized use of certain libraries, uses that the designer never intended. They can also exploit coincidences in data structures, coincidences that may not have any meaning to someone else. They can make assumptions about the nature of the data itself and assume patterns where no such pattern really exists. Through any of these actions, a programmer can impose their own assumptions on the entire project. In recent years, we've become much better at using two elements to help manage our software projects: open records and markets. Open records allow everyone to get all the information and to comment upon it and bring their own ideas to the project. Markets do the same sort of thing for the decision-making process. They allow different contributions to compete for attention, for inclusion in a project. Neither of these things are perfect. Indeed, we know that markets do not do a particularly good job of anticipating the future. They react to the information that we have now and the current perception of what may happen. We ultimately need strong leadership. Even open source projects, which pride themselves on using open documents and market-based decisions, have to have some kind of leader that decides what's in and what's out, what follows the goal of the project, and what is taking the project in a direction that will produce brittle software, software that will not stand the test of time, something that will not be flexible enough to use in the future. This is Errant Hashtag, and I'm David Allen Greer. Take care.